I'm Fairlyn Ives. I am the assistant principal at the elementary school. I have been in education for a long time. I started as a preschool teacher and then I moved into public education. I taught first and third grade. Third grade was my last placement before I went into administration. And I'm between year 2, 3. I had a baby in between those years. So that's a little bit about my journey career-wise, but I'm originally from Florida. I went to Florida State University as undergrad, loved it, great experience, and then I transitioned and moved to Georgia where I met my now husband. He took a position with BNY Mellon, and that's how we end up here in Pittsburgh. Been in Pittsburgh now for about, if I've been married, geez, it's a lot of math, 12 years this year. It'll be 13, almost 14 years here in Pennsylvania. I'm still not used to it. I don't love the winters. It's not great. But when I moved here, I went back for my master's at Duquesne University, and that's when I moved into elementary education. I received my master's in early childhood and elementary education, and then made that transition into public schools. I was teaching for a long time before we decided to have children. I just had my son last year. He is, not last year, I apologize, 2021. That's just how quickly the years go by. He's 18 months now, and just my joy. And it really humbles you and makes you think about who you are as an educator with children, with people's children, right? And taking care of them the way you take care of your own children in hopes that someone will do the same for you with your child. So role models are also always a difficult topic for me because family. I think I looked up to my mom and my sister the most. My family immigrated from Haiti before I turned 1, and so we're pretty tight-knit. It's our little nest, and I didn't always quite fit in as a kiddo. And even though it was South Florida, much more diverse, I think that much more diverse settings than I am able to engage in here. I kind of stuck out because I'm what you would call like a non-American Black, right? So I have my Haitian culture, and that was very big in my household, and I didn't quite fit in with Black students, and I definitely didn't fit in with white students. So that was always a little bit difficult for me to navigate, and I would always steep it into my family because I was always welcome and accepted there. My mom is a hard worker, and that's really where I get my drive and determination from. My sister is my grounding piece, my sounding board. She really supports me reflecting in my practice and who I am and who I want to be. And so having the two of them push me and drive me, it's just always been what I know. And I think without having like strong male support too, like my father has always been my champion. So never the kind of person that I would fall to pieces and cry in his lap like I would my mom or my sister, but the person who would support and champion me in anything I wanted to do, and always thought I would be great doing anything I wanted to do. And having that has always been just such a big factor for, I think, why I'm so successful, at least why I deem myself successful in my career and in my life.
Okay, so now I'm just gonna ask you a couple this or that, like trivia questions.
Okay.
So, Coke or Pepsi?
Pepsi.
Paper book or audiobook?
Paper. Netflix
or HBO?
Ooh, that's tough. I like both. Depends on if I'm looking for like a really great show, HBO. Okay. Like pivotal, wins awards.
Right.
If I'm looking for something quick because there's such a vast selection, Netflix.
Okay. And then tea or coffee?
Depends on the day. I like both. Again, I'm probably a tea girl because I love a good Arnold Palmer. Like I'm from Florida, and I love iced tea. I'm not a big fan of iced coffee, but like on these wintry days, I need coffee to get through. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then Jordan or LeBron?
Dang, these questions are so tough. Alrighty. So basketball is probably, and I'm wearing my basketball jersey today too. Like, that's so funny. Basketball is probably the one and only sport that I love and can keep up with.
Right.
So I was a big Bulls fan and a Jordan fan as a kid, so I have to go Jordan. LeBron's really big in my house right now because my husband is a LeBron fan.
Okay. And then TLC or Destiny's Child?
TLC.
Okay. Marvel or DC?
I'm gonna go Marvel.
Nike or Adidas?
Nike.
Favorite movie?
Favorite movie. So, favorite movie is tied to reading books because I love reading. So, I absolutely loved, I think this opened my mind. Like, I loved reading Charlotte's Web and then seeing the movie.
Okay.
So, this started to happen to me when I was a little kid. Like, we read, what is it called? Because I'm thinking of Lord of the Rings, but it wasn't Lord of the Rings. It was The Hobbit. I don't know why I can't think of it, but they made movies of it too, but the movies didn't come till I was an adult. And I read the first book when I was in 5th grade, and then to see that they turned it into movies later, like that was exciting. But I love like the Lord of the Rings series, Harry Potter, because like I read the book, I watch the movies.
Okay, yeah. And then favorite actor or actress?
So I think I loved Halle Berry growing up because I know she's biracial, but more so identifies as Black. And I loved her growing up because her birthday was near mine. I thought like she always had a spunky personality in movies. I think as an adult, I love Salma Hayek because again, I think it's not even that I'm identifying that she's, you know, she's a Latina, but that she never let Hollywood shift or change her. Like she's Latina all the way through, and like she speaks Spanish in movies, or she always has this just air of sassiness about her that is very representative of who she is and her culture. And like she's famous and her movies are driven by who she is, and I loved that.
Awesome. Well, that was it. Yay.
Thank you so much, Grace.
Yeah, this was fun.